Presented in partnership with Barra Brava Brewing. This is Lumpen FC.
Welcome back. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC. We have a lot to cover when it comes to the football world. We got La Liga, Serie A, EPL, Champions League, MLS. The Chicago might be making the playoffs. We'll see what happens with that. We'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about the Bolan d'Or or the Golden Ball. See, is it actually a trophy that really matters anymore, or is it just a meh thing, or a messy thing? It's a messy thing.
A messy thing.
It's a messy thing. Not in the last few years though. Let's get started, guys. It's been a crazy week, especially in Champions League, which just kicked off. What about it? Yeah, this past week. A lot of good matchups. Sorry. Hold on.
No, you're right. You're right. No, Champions League, Europa League was this week. Champions League was last week.
Right. But I'm sorry. We have a guest with us today.
Yes.
Sebastian wasn't able to make it. We have Miguel here with us, joining us. Miguel, as we usually do, is kind of a thing that we do here. We introduce you, and we would like to know what your favorite club is, or clubs, depending on how you do on that, and what got you started in the love of the game.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the invitation, Adrian, Jamie. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. My name is Miguel Rivas, and the question was, what's my favorite team? Real Madrid,
there
all the way.
Con los blancos hasta la muerte.
Another Blancos in here, huh?
That's right.
That's right. They come few and far between. It's my brothers as well, Blanco.
There's a lot more Barcelona fans in Chicago, actually, from what I've seen. So,
And, they are cheaters, but whatever.
And how do I get into the love of the game? Well, I grew up in Venezuela. Even though we have a much bigger baseball culture, football was very present, especially because in Venezuela there's a lot of immigrants, especially from Spain, Italy, Germany. So football was it was pretty big. And me growing up in Venezuela, I also play football in school. And I think that most of the friends that I had in school were all from Spanish descent. So we used to go in after our football games. We will go and watch the games, especially at the Spanish restaurants that some of our, the parents of my friends had. And they would usually play either Madrid games or Deportivo La Coruña, because there were a lot of people from Galicia. So it was either or, and I was just I got drawn into Real Madrid. Also, my grandfather was a big Real Madrid fan as well. So I remember listening to him talking about, the era of Di Stefano and all that. So yeah, that's how the love started, and then I haven't stopped since. So it's been 40 plus years.
What position did you play?
I was about to ask.
Well, in the early days when I was young, I was either striker, and then when I started getting older, I just liked to kick people, so I was playing defender.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Because you're a big guy.
My kind of player.
Miguel's a big dude, so you gotta see him, man. I mean, you must have been the big striker up top. So you was it Rondon? Is that who was in Venezuela?
Salomon Rondon.
Salomon Rondon. He's playing the big man up there. Because you're a big guy, man. I would not want you to tackle me either if I was playing forward. That would be awful. That'd be awful.
It'd be fun time, no?
How long did you play?
I started playing since the age of 7, all the way to in competitives, all the way until college, and then I was just playing. When I moved to Miami, that's where I went to school. I had a big group of friends from Venezuela and all Latin America, so we used to play 2 times a week, but 11 on 11.
Oh, nice.
So that was, and we got into leagues and stuff. So I would say, and then when I moved to New York, I played a little bit, and like not professional, but the guys who were professional, and then they kind of retired and started playing. But I was not on that level, and I'm just gonna say that. I remember one of the games. You guys remember Yuri Yorkaev?
Yeah.
From France. He used to play with Zidane in the national team.
Yes.
So when what's the team in New York? The Red Bulls.
Red Bulls.
When they were kind of starting, Yorkaev was kind of like an ambassador. So they invited him to a few of the games. And you know, those guys at that level, you cannot really like go and tackle them. So they will give you like, so don't tackle him. Don't get near him if he has the ball. Just let him do his thing.
Right.
It's like, well, what kind of game is this? Like,
The special treatment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're getting the Messi treatment.
The Messi
before
rule, the Beckham rule. That Beckham rule. Don't touch him.
That's funny. Don't touch. You can do anything you want, but don't touch him.
Do not hurt our investment.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Just be on the same team as them. So I'll be like, yo, pass me the rock, bro. Pass me the rock. There's no one gonna touch you, man. Just pass me the rock. Shoot. Well, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate you being here, covered in for Sebastian. And we finally get a Real Madrid's perspective other than mine. So that's always a
Right.
plus.
Before I drill into the questions of what you think, what's going to happen, we'll let Adrian go on to whatever, and we'll get back to it. Because we got to see what you think.
I think we're going to be fine. So with Champions League, speaking of Real Madrid, Champions League, let's go ahead and get started with their game. They took on, what was it, Marseille? Who did they?
Marseille.
Olympique
Marseille?
Marseille.
2-1. I was sadly not able to catch that game, but I know you did. What'd you think, Miguel?
Well, I think that it was a good game, but let's kind of recap a little, go back that, you know, this team, again, it's been under construction for a few years, at least this decade. Zidane, then Ancelotti, or Ancelotti, Zidane, then Ancelotti again. So now, again, it's a new manager, a guy from the house, Xabi Alonso, who comes with a lot of fresh ideas. I think Ancelotti, there's no argument. He's one of the greatest that will ever be. But I think his ideas were kind of already starting to stay. They hit a plateau.
Yeah.
So we needed some new, fresh blood and new ideas. You know, it's evolution. It's just life. And I think Xabi Alonso brings that into the game right now. Also coming from Germany, what he did at Bayer Leverkusen, that was spectacular. Just dethroning Bayern München after, them winning. I don't know how many they did, like 11 years in a row. That was crazy. So he kind of dethroned them, and it gave him a little bit of status as well. Is it going to translate now to Madrid? Madrid is a different animal. It's not Bayer Leverkusen, but he definitely has the experience, and it's showing. They're already 6 games in, and you can see like a lot of the team has already taken that mindset. You can see now even Vinicius is stopped doing his thing and focusing more on the collective, which is what Xavi is bringing. It's about the collective of the game. And I don't know if it was on the Olympique de Marseille game, but one of the games of La Liga, it was exactly the same thing. I don't know if you saw that game. Mbappe, he was right on the big area, just waiting for the goalkeeper to kick, and he was just like a runner, like a 100-meter sprinter, just like waiting. And as soon as the goalkeeper was going to go, he started sprinting towards him. Exactly what Dembélé did at the final Champions League last year. So they're already getting that mindset that it's about pressure. You have to pressure. If you're not scoring goals, then you have to go in and help the team. And so 6 games in, you can already see that his end is being felt.
You're talking about the matchup against Levante?
Well, all the games. Yeah. Again, they're already 6 in.
You're talking about like the pressure in general.
There's definitely
like different mindset as I'm actually pressuring the ball.
Yeah. There's definitely a different mindset, and for sure, Vinicius is definitely playing a little bit differently. I think also that he has more confidence in Adra and some of the younger players. He also has more confidence with Rodrigo than Ancelotti did, especially at the end of that campaign with Ancelotti. And I actually like the lineup more with Rodrigo, Adra, and Mbappe than I like it with Vinicius and who's the player that plays behind Vinny? We haven't seen Bellingham. Bellingham is back, so I do want to see him in the lineup a little bit more and see how that performs. But I'm not liking the connection between Vinny and Mbappe. But I don't think he likes it either as the manager. He's testing it out. He gives them their 15, 20 minutes, and then he makes a change. Or he moves someone to one side.
I feel like their last game he did, their last league game.
He gave them more time in the last league game.
And he played more. I feel like they played better together, and he realized that he could be on the outside and be like more productive than being in the center. And just kind of like, I don't know if he wasn't thrilled to be on the outside, being like, I'm still kind of Mbappe's right-hand man now instead of being Vinny the man. But I feel like that last game is the game maybe he's starting to realize this is how it's going to have to be in order to like get things done, because everyone knows you couldn't do it by himself last year. You burn out at some point.
Yeah, I think we still have an issue on the defensive line. I think Xavi's been able to kind of focus them a little bit more, but you still, in my opinion, I think we still have sort of what's just basically a simple lack of top talent for those positions. It's just not going to be there right now. I don't believe that lineup is exactly what we need at Real Madrid, but it's what we got, right? That's what you're going to play with. There's not much of a change that's going to happen.
Ceballos started last game.
Yeah, not much of a change is going to happen until maybe December, January window.
I disagree. I disagree.
I don't see.
Our back line is spectacular. Like that guy, the new kid, Huijsen, he's phenomenal.
You like Huijsen?
Oh, I love him. And again, it's the same thing. The team it was stripped down, not only because of injuries and also guys getting older. Alaba, Rudiger, who played last year almost on one leg, pretty much, because he was just burnt out. And now you have the new blood, the new kid, Álvaro Carreras. I think that's the best signing in football that has happened.
I'm still waiting to see how that one pans out. I do like what he's done so far. I think he's still settling in. But I do like it.
He came in to play as a left wing, but he played with Levante center back.
Yeah.
Spectacular. He's like very low key. He's not making a lot of noise. He's just doing his job. I have some stats here. He is.
Get the stats out. There we go.
49 steals. He's it's a Madrid record this season. 49 steals so far. He is 14 alone against Levante. He's the second player with most interceptions, 9 behind Tchouaméni. Third player with more defensive and offensive matches with 31. He's just reliable. And, that's the other thing with Xavi, that he's not going to be playing just one lineup consistently like Ancelotti was doing. He was like married to his system, whereas Xavi, he can switch from a 4-4-2, 4-3-3. He can also play with only 3 defenders, which is exactly what he did with Levante, 3 defenders and then 2 wings. So he's just going to spice it up. And that's the good thing, that he's getting everybody to understand that it's a long, long season.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody's going to have to be on point, and they have to just to be ready whenever they are called. So that's the mentality he's trying to instill, that there's only like one player who's untouchable, and he has made it very clear, that's Mbappe. The rest, everybody has to earn their spot every week.
So,
I don't think it's like it's not like there's that saying I've been kind of thinking about, but there's not a lot of fish in the sea anymore. So everyone's talking about transfer windows. It doesn't really matter unless it's like an Isaac or something like that. The slim pickings out there. So you gotta trust your benches. You gotta trust your depth that you have. If you haven't already got it already, it's not like January's gonna save you. So I think Xavi's gonna have I know Ancelotti didn't like the sub last year. So if he's rotating the players, I think I can only see that being a benefit for Madrid rather than having the same players on that field the whole time.
No, he's definitely rotating a lot more, without a doubt. I mean, Ancelotti just stuck to his gun at the end. And there's nothing, again, like you said, there's nothing bad I can say about Ancelotti, right? The guy's, he's one of the
He's great.
the
He's
gods of the
He's
game,
goat.
right?
I mean,
but,
Brazil
he
right
did-
now is kind of dealing with Ancelotti's probably his age right now because they ain't doing too hot.
Is it still more the just cross it in play?
They didn't beat Bolivia, I'll tell you that, and they ain't in the top. Well, they World Cup qualifying. So
No, it's a long season. We still have to wait to see what happens with Real Madrid. Again, I know you haven't been on the show before, and I don't know if you've been listening to the show. For me, the only important thing for me this season is the league. Champions League, great. Copa del Rey, sure. But the important thing to me this season is going to be the league. Last season, I felt embarrassed by the way we went down to Barcelona. What was it, 4 times? And 2 times was in a very embarrassing manner. Do you think that that's a possibility this season, or do you think that we're going to be able to control that situation better?
Again, I think that under Xavi's style, it's going to be anybody can win, because that's the other thing, that Barcelona is also playing really well, and they already have a year or 2 already with the same squad, so they're like very integrated. And the guy Flick, he's a phenomenal coach. There's no doubt about that, and he's also putting his stamp on that team, and I think that everybody's on board as well. So it's gonna be interesting. I do feel that if the players in Real Madrid follow what Xavi's trying to instill in the team, then we might come up on top on those matches. But it has to be, we're never going to replicate what Barcelona is doing, which is like their style of play, just passing the ball,
Cheat.
which is fine. But Xavi is going to, if he is successful, pressure. That's going to be what's going to define those games. Pressure. And Barcelona wants to have the ball all the time. Have it, but we're going to pressure you. And when we take it from you, then you're done.
There hasn't been there hasn't been no Clasico yet, right?
No,
Not yet. It's coming up, right?
I think it's in October. I think it's in October.
Yeah. Okay. I am actually very interested to see. I actually think this year you definitely have a better chance than last year, in my opinion.
Well, there's a big game coming this weekend, though. It's El Derby with Atlético de Madrid. That's going to be.
That's this weekend.
Yeah.
But they don't look very good. And then they also did a lot of changes. They have 10 new players on that squad.
Yeah, but still, Atlético de Madrid is always Atlético de Madrid, especially when they play against Real Madrid. So that's going to be an interesting game, and also it's going to be like a barometer just to kind of see where we are, because that's one team that is going to test you always.
It was Saturday morning, yeah.
That's true.
And especially with Real Madrid, and they have their new signings as well. So I'm sure they are fired up to come and play against Real Madrid. So we'll see. That's going to be a good matchup, and also a thermometer just to see where we are.
Right, that is Saturday morning at 9:15.
Yeah.
And Barcelona also
Atletico.
has a tough game with Real Sociedad. That's always a tough game for them. So that'll be interesting to watch. That one's on Sunday at 11:30. So a bunch of good games this weekend. But we want to see the Champions League before we jump into La Liga. Speaking of people, our group teams, our club teams, Arsenal and Athletic Club, 2-0 for Arsenal. How you feeling about that one?
Not bad. I would like to say for that Real Madrid-Marseille game, Tim Weah scored a very nice goal. And that's the first American to score against Real Madrid. It was Tim Weah. And that goal was nasty. And he looks pretty good at Marseille.
Yeah.
I just had to throw it out there because also Aubameyang was playing in that game. So there's been a few gunners that have been rolling through Marseille. So always got to give a little shout out whenever they pop in. As for us being Atletico, that's great because we played them already. So playing them again, we played them at the Bilbao. Always getting a win on the road is always great. Only thing is just making sure. The game after that was when we played City and we tied,
Right.
but then we lost Mendueke, but he didn't tear his ACL.
You all seem pretty comfortable against Atletico. So.
The thing is, if you watch the Emirates Cup, which was preseason, they played Atletico Bilbao, and I remember I paid the money to watch it. I forgot the second team right off the top of my head we played, but it was kind of very similar. nothing surprised me in that game. Like we handled business, cool. And then we had City later that week. So yeah, I can't be too mad. Team's looking good. Still, there's some things that need to come together depending on where we're gonna play or where SA and is gonna be at. Even though like today he played in the middle, which is good. I mean, he looks good wherever he plays. Just going to see how he keeps molding with everyone else. Mm-hmm. But other than that, man, just being consistent, man. Like drawing, I like to say, drawing people into our play. There's not too many games. They're talking about on this radio show that they're like, we have a way that we play because it may not be attacking, but we definitely try to take the game over and make people play in our style. So like, if someone's trying to be attacking on us, we kind of let them attack in the beginning, and then we lull them to sleep. And then we kind of go through motion. We start playing our way. So we don't score many goals, like creating through the midfield, blah, blah, blah. It's like more we building up from the back, go midfield, overlapping, sometimes cross it. But now it's kind of like, okay, now we're using Gokris. We're trying to give him the ball more, right? Mm-hmm. And he's holding the ball up. All right, at times, better than someone else I can say who just got signed. But he's got some obviously got work to do. He's got a couple goals though. I mean, it helps when Eze puts it right in front of him. But that's exactly what number 9 is supposed to do. You're not supposed to do too much work. Mm-hmm. Just be at the right spot at the right time. Now, as things go on, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm liking the depth. It's weird to have depth, right? I'm not used to it. So when you have Trossard and Martinelli's coming off late on the bench,
it seems like Trossard's getting a lot more playing time.
He scored today too, but he's like playing when he needs to play. It seems like it's like we're making smart subs, but also it's like he's putting players in position and playing them at the appropriate times, mm-hmm. and that's kind of cool to see. I really liked it was good to see Norgard play yesterday. That was very good. He's pretty good. I was happy with how he played. And then, the Christian from Valencia, he's a good player, man. Even when Saliba was down and he was started for him, he's sharp. He's sharp. He's great passer. He's quick, mm-hmm. and he's got some height to him. So I'm again, the season's early for me. I'm excited, but I'm always worried. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Liverpool just lost their young center back Tuesday towards ACL.
That was the new signing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it sucks. So when you're watching games, you're just holding your breath every time. Saka almost got a tackle today, and the dude went over.
Just came back.
Yeah, went over his foot, and you saw the slow mo like his ankle mm-hmm. like roll, but you see his knee was like kind of. Then you're just like, and he was down for a little bit, but you can see his. He was like, no, he was like my knee, bro, and I'm just like. Man, for real. But of course, he walked off, played through it, and got something eventually. But it's like, this is where I'm at right now. I'm just like on eggshells every game, like. And then I was listening to
eggshells more for the health of the team, and then like, actually what you can perform to do.
Right,
because your stats against on the Champions League match against Atletico. Club, you possession 62%, passes, you have pass accuracy of 83%. So, I mean, you kind of dominated this game, with your shots. Both of you had the same amount of shots. But it seems like you just dominated this game on them, to tell you the truth, when it comes to the stats. So, I mean, you're looking good. You're just more afraid of
just anything could happen. Anything could happen. It's just like it's more like just get the job done and get out of there clean. That's kind of like, it's like, hey, man, any of those games on paper, every game on paper now, it's like, oh, you want it for the big game. You just want to make sure players get through the time they're supposed to play and come off and, like, nothing happens, right? Because anything can happen, like your player could score a goal and take his shirt off and have a second yellow, and now he's down for 2 games. What are you going to do, right? And it's funny because they're talking about it, like, for just dumping to Liverpool, but, like, say Liverpool need Hugo out of the next 2 games, or say Isak gets hurt because he's still not 100% in shape or something, and this dude has a red card, and they have to play him 90 minutes.
Right.
You always got to think of the other side now, because those are things that are gonna. For us, I feel like that hampered us the past 2 seasons, and now that we have it, and we still have people coming off, like we'll be a whole new team like next month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy, but I'm always cautious.
Yeah, I kind of want to close up Champions League. Scores-wise, I mean, there were a couple of really, really good games. Juventus-Dortmund ended up 4-4. The Tottenham-Villarreal game ended up 1-0 for Tottenham, but that was a really, really good watch.
It was a good game.
If anybody out there has time to replay a game, watch that one. I know it's a 1-0 game, and you're instantly going to go to, oh, that's so boring, but it was a really good watch. It was a really good back and forth
are always
game.
fun.
Yellow Submarine this year is very
team,
fun,
they're
very fun to watch. Real Madrid, of course, taking out Marseille 2-1. Let's find another good score here PSG just outperformed Atalanta. There was nothing there to watch. Bayern dumping on Chelsea 3-1. Liverpool, we don't have a Liverpool fan in here today. They did take out Atletico Madrid in another stunning game, 3-2. That was very back and forth.
And El Cholo Simeone got red
And Cholo
carded.
Simeone got a red card. We're about to talk about that. So he won't be there for the next one, which is going to be interesting.
That was wild. You should. Yeah,
it was a wild game.
That was a wild incident because everyone saw. I don't know if we showed it, but that dude spit on the.
We're not. We're doing the whole we're gonna look at this from 15 different angles.
Well, that guy clearly, when those cheeks puffed out, I'm pretty sure he wasn't blowing kisses.
That was an interesting game to watch. Definitely go watch that replay because that is an insane matchup.
Great game.
Yeah, really good game. Barcelona taking out Newcastle 2-1, which I'm still Newcastle's in this, but Newcastle's in this.
Yeah, they're back.
Barcelona taking out Newcastle 1, and City just destroying Napoli at 2-0. And I know it's just a 2-0 score, but I thought City was kind of dominant on that one.
Yeah, I forgot. Remember that? Was it 2-0, 2-1? It was 2-0?
It was 2-0, and Napoli got a red card too. So that's just obliterated them. Coming up though,
a Cinderella story though from that first match day was the PSV from the Netherlands, and
that's really true. Yeah, that's true.
Union Saint-Gilloise. That used to be a team that was in the 4th division in Belgium, and they won 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was just because I have a lot of friends in Belgium who are very much into beer, and everybody was going crazy in Belgium. In particular, a good friend of mine, his name is Jean Mandrois. Mm-hmm. He's the owner and brewer at Cantillon. Mm-hmm. And he's a crazy supporter of Union Saint-Gilloise because that's the team from their town. And everybody was going crazy when they won, especially because it's the first time that they ever qualify for the Champions League. And they just got, I think it was last year when they got relegated to Division 1 in Belgium football.
Wow.
So they're flying right now. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, the next game is going to be played at their stadium, which is tiny. Tiny stadium against Newcastle, I think they're playing. So that's going to be
going to be a fun matchup. We will when we come back cover the next matchups for Champions League. I did forget what we're talking about beer. Barra Brava Brewing is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can find Barra Brava products at Mars Community Brewing in Bridgeport, Life on Mars in Lincoln Park, in Lincoln Square, and you can also find them at The Barrel in Pilsen. When we get back, we'll look at Real Madrid versus Cariat.
Who?
Yeah, I'm really bad at pronouncing some of these names. And Arsenal, who do you got?
For what? For next?
The next round, yeah, I can't find it.
Oh, man, I forgot. I'll look it up. We'll know when we come back.
Yeah, we will know. Oh, you got Olympiacos, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. Do you have a quick prediction before we go on break about Olympiacos?
If they're coming to Arsenal, it's going to be a problem.
It is at Arsenal. So
okay, 3-0.
3-0. That's a shout out right there. You got a score for Real Madrid's next game before we go to break, and then we can talk about why you think so.
Sure. 3-0.
3-0. I'm going to go with 2-0 on that one, simply because I think some players might be getting some time off. It's a long season. You're going to want to rest some players. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You are listening to Lumpen FC, and we will be back shortly.
Yes, Gomez Peña is back. The Mix Files are back in Lumpen Radio. Now, broadcasting from both San Francisco, Califas, and Mexico City. Acompáñenos.
Buddy gives artists and small manufacturers in Chicago a place to showcase and sell their goods and artworks. Buddy retails to a vast audience of Chicagoans and visitors at the Chicago Cultural Center. Buddy is a shop as local as it gets. Buddy is part of the nonprofit Public Media Institute. Visit hi-buddy.org for more information.
Second promo. 30-second promo. 30-second promo. You've never heard anything like this before. It's postmodern talking with Bobby Kahn and TJ LeDuce. Only on WLPN 105.5 FM. 30-second promo.
You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. We are covering Champions League at the moment. We were just making our predictions for these next lineups. Why do you think Real Madrid's going to go 3-0? At an away game. So not one goal for the other squad.
And what's the team? Is it the Kazakhstan team you're playing?
Yeah, they're from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, yeah.
And they're like the top team on the Kazakhstan league.
Yeah, they won like 3-1 over their weekend.
Yeah. I feel that, it's going to be experience. Anything can happen in football, but I think it's going to be a good follow-up for the Marseille match. And I'm sure that Xavi has already done the necessary touch-ups, what he saw against the Marseille squad. And yeah, I think they're going to come out and just play their game.
That's kind of what I'm thinking also. I'm thinking they're going to go up. Maybe before the first half even ends, they're going to be up and strong enough to where he can rest some players. These 5 subs helps out, so you get to do your changes, get to bring in players that need that time in Champions League, that are younger, that just need that time down there. Now, we are talking about Real Madrid, right? So you already have players that are phenomenal. It doesn't matter who's in the lineup. They're all phenomenal. They could go play anywhere else, at any club, anywhere. But I think, you have to, look at the games that are coming up. It's becoming more like baseball for managers in soccer and football, where you really have to learn to rotate those players.
Yes, I do.
You really have to bring them in and out.
What are your injuries looking like right now?
It's just too many games. So I think that's what's going to happen in that game for Real Madrid. Not much else from me to say on that. What about Arsenal? Why do you think you're going 3-0 on them?
Because we're just better than the Mexicanos. We're just better teams than them. They play at home. We're a different beast when they play there. So, and they're not really, not to bash on them, but they're just not in the top tier of like the world of top 10 teams. So we should be able to take care of business there and move on. All
right, fair enough. Some of the other matchups that are looking pretty good. Galatasaray, Liverpool, that's going to be a fun watch. At Galatasaray. That's always a tough stadium to play at. Chelsea, Benfica should be a fun watch as well. Get some other ones over in here.
It's going to be funny also because it's Mourinho now. It's at
and
Benfica.
It's Mourinho, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing against one of his ex-teams.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
We're also going to be playing Benfica at some point, so that's going to be the first time we're going to play against Mourinho and one of his teams. So
yeah, and we know Mourinho stays salty. He's not going to be happy about what was it that he said about Chelsea? I don't know. He said something 2 weeks ago about being the best manager ever there or something like that. But again, he's always making those comments.
I mean, I was hoping he was going to go into broadcasting because he's comical.
He is
I
fun.
love when
He is
talks.
fun. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I
would say also, sorry, all those games when you were going on, but like Atletico Madrid versus Frankfurt is actually a good game.
Yep.
Atlanta Club Brugge is good.
You got Villarreal and Juventus coming up, and then Barcelona PSG, which is just a rematch of one of the greatest games
Well, that's
possibly ever in
Champions
League.
That's obviously going to be the highlight.
That's going to be a fun one to watch, and that's near the end of that week. That's going to be on Wednesday, October 1st, starting around 2 p.m.
Monaco Man City is actually a good game as well.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that
You think that's going to be a fun one to watch?
Yeah, it's in Monaco.
Monaco City, you think that's going to be a fun one there?
And maybe Pogba will play.
Maybe Pogba will play.
Maybe
That'd be interesting.
he will play. Maybe he will dust off the old rich sneakers.
Manchester United
and get on that field. You know,
it's a possibility.
It'd be good to see, man. I would like to see him back in the action. The man was very good when he was on it.
That 1 season and a half that he was on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's switch over to EPL. We've had a very, very fun start of the season for EPL. Liverpool's been very strong and sturdy up at the top at the league. Let's look at these matchups. Arsenal squarely in second place. Tottenham, what's the points on that one? Okay. Tottenham and y'all are sharing the 10th. So we got Arsenal, Tottenham, and Bournemouth. With Bournemouth, this has happened before where they stay at the top at the beginning of the season and they drop off. But they look a lot more set as a club, as a team, structured, so to speak, this season than they ever have before. Is there a fear that Bournemouth might, steal one of those top 5 spots this season?
Not a chance.
No.
It's way too early. It's way too early for a lot of things. The only thing it's not earliest for is like people having long-term injuries and begin the season. Anything could happen. Like anything could happen. Bournemouth could be at the bottom of the table by the end of the year. Remember this Nottingham Forest? Remember that Nottingham Forest dream of how they were like, oh, they're definitely gonna be in Champions League last year. Everyone kept saying it, and I was like, I was looking at the schedule.
They were there till like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
I was looking at it in the last 8 games. I remember I was in the show. I was like, they are not gonna make it. They're gonna be in Europe, but they're not gonna be in Champions League. Kind of started with the whole frustration with Nuno and the coach came down there, which I kind of, in my opinion, just because Ange is their coach now, who's a ex-Spurs coach, and they're not really doing too much better. It seemed they dropped their game today when they were up, but like. Their schedule came. They had to play all these tough teams that were actually top Europe, like top 8 contenders, I guess. And they dropped all the games. They dropped every game. So like, there's nothing is promised at this stage of the season. So more likely, if you look at some of the schedules that, like, say the Arsenal's played, where they played Liverpool, Man U, and Man City already, and then we're gonna play like Newcastle. Like, I don't know if anyone's already done that yet. Has anyone else, besides Man United has played City and Arsenal, correct?
I believe so.
And
I'd have to look back at it.
Yeah, so it's like it all depends. Like I'm not sure if I think Bournemouth may have played Chelsea, maybe. But like there's it's too long of a season. Too many things can happen. It's cool to be up there for a while, but you don't get money for being in 4th place for the week.
No.
So. And for what it is, all the players that did leave, and homie going to Real Madrid, they're actually, they're not bad. It's cool that they're in 4th, but I think at the end of the day, the Arsenals, Liverpools, Chelseas, Man Cities will probably round out that top 4, just like it's probably predicted to be.
The top 6 will even out again.
Now top 6, I don't know.
I see City kind of going up and down. I see them struggling a little bit. I can see one of those rare clubs like Crystal Palace or maybe even Everton grabbing one of those spots. And Newcastle could have a run at the end also. Depending on what happens with their the new players that they have in.
Yeah. And again, it's like the amount of games, and it's all about again how you use these 5 subs, right? How do you use these 5 subs? How many games does your team have in a week?
The rotation.
How deep is your bench? So when the inevitable does happen, when people are getting hurt, do you have the talent there to cover that area, right? So we're 6 games in, 4 or 5 games. 5 games.
We're going to go to game 6, yeah.
Yeah, so so we have 32 more games to play.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 to 38. 6 to 38. We're starting off this week with Brentford, Manchester United, which is I don't even know what to think about this Manchester United team at this point.
Tell us how you feel.
Well, it's unpredictable. There's 45 minutes where they look great and 45 minutes where they don't. And you can chop that up in any specific minutes that you like. 10-minute runs that are amazing, and 5-minute runs that are absolutely horrendous. And to the point where I was like, you're making mistakes that they make in the 2nd league or in the 3rd tier. Like The discipline's not there. The mentality's not there. It's just the focus is definitely not
Your
there.
best game, so for me that I saw was versus us. It was versus Arsenal. That was the best game y'all played this year.
And I think that was the only time where you saw at least for the first half, 45 minutes of actual focus. Everybody doing the job that they're supposed to be doing, making sure they're protecting the ball, making sure they're not doing any dumb turnovers. Pass accuracy was up, and then the second half, not so much.
Right.
You know, especially that last 10, 15, 20 minutes was just not there.
Oh, you guys played Chelsea. That's who you played.
Yeah.
And you won, and you beat Chelsea. Oh no, you guys. Okay, so you played Chelsea and City. You beat Chelsea, but you lost to City.
Yeah, beat Chelsea, lost to City.
But you beat them. But you won it. What you did. The thing is, you did beat Chelsea at home, so that's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. The inconsistency is just very, very noticeable, and I think that's going to be a problem for the entire season. I don't think that's something that's going to go away this season. I think it will eventually go away, but this season, like I said, Manchester United top 10. I'm happy. Getting the top half. It's good, and I think they're going to do that with this squad that they have right now. They might even outperform that and make the top 6. We'll see. That's just hopes and dreams, right? But that inconsistency, if they can't iron that out probably in the next 2 months, then that's just something that's going to carry on.
Yeah, well, I guess it does feel good. I guess I realized you guys beat Chelsea, so you beat Garnacho, so that's kind of. I don't even know if you played that game, but you kind of beat the team that the home was running.
That's the thing with the EPL season. The way this season started, it seemed like all the big, strong teams or teams with money, basically, played each other right away. Like, those games were just done with right away. So those points that were lost, those points are gone. And recovering them are going to be really tough. And it happens again in the second half of the season where right away, those big teams, boom, 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 they play each other. And then everybody else goes off and plays, the teams that they are, quote, unquote, supposed to beat.
Right.
So it's an interesting lineup for EPL all the way around. But I think that in January, February, you're going to see those points that get lost. That's going to really decide what happens, in June.
Well, that's the thing is like when the games that would kill us, or it was like when it's like the games that. Like every update, Estudiantes just scored. Now it's a tie game between Flamengo and Estudiantes. So if you're watching the Copa Libertadores, you get the excitement's just starting. But the thing is, like, these games is like it's the teams when you play like West Ham, right? And you play like you go to West Ham and you're supposed to win. Or like last year they came and they beat us at the Emirates. It's like they had no business doing it. They watched the game. They had no business like beating you. Those are the games that's going to drive me nuts. Like. I could have if we lose to a City, I could take that. Well, no, but I could have taken it. But if we lose like a Bournemouth, or
that's the issue that Arsenal.
A Brighton, that destroys me.
It's kind of become sort of an Arsenal tradition, where you don't beat teams that you're supposed to beat.
Killed us.
And the draws against teams that you should not be drawing against.
Yes.
And that's those points, and in EPL, you're looking at the difference of, at the end of the season, the top 3, 4, 5 is a difference of 2, 3, 4 points.
And even those draws, too. Like the draws, and we go down a man, like it was the Brighton game, and even though the Red Sox are in it, we're down a man, we still tied that game.
Right.
Down a man, they played down a man. You know what I'm saying? Even though they looked at it and be like, oh, that wasn't a red card. Well, that doesn't help us because the game's already over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those are the things that teams like Arsenal, I think Liverpool, those are the things that I worry about. Like, I'm more just little things. So, like, even when we're watching, when we do play a West Ham or a Nottingham Forest or a Sunderland, I'm like, oh, man, we got to win this game. So I'm like, oh, can we just win this game already? You know what I'm saying? Rather than going all the way down. So, like, if Liverpool keeps winning games at the last minute, I would have a heart attack if I'm Liverpool fans. I'd be like, y'all got to stop this.
95
minutes. Y'all got to stop this.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Miguel, you got an EPL team or no?
Not really. I mean,
with all the travels, not that beer club that you like.
Back in the day, I used to be a big gunner.
That's right. Yeah. Actually, you told me that. Actually, when we were playing that.
I'm talking, 20-some years ago, in the era of Dennis Bergkamp and Thierry Henry when he was like in his prime. Manchester United a little bit here and there, also over the years. Actually, the only game I've seen in live was the Arsenal at the Emirates some years ago, and that was amazing. That to me, that's when I saw the difference of like the fans in different leagues. Like Real Madrid, amazing stadium, but the the culture in Spain, at least with Real Madrid, I'm not a fan. I don't know if you've ever been to a game at Santiago Bernabeu, but it's very. How can I put it?
Is it like not commercialized, but is it just too big? Does it seem like?
No, it's just that the fans, they're very they have this attitude. They're very regal.
Oh, like they're better than everybody.
So they're just little. There's no screaming, nothing.
Well, there's the galactose, the clean, the
you're
classy ones.
What's going on here? I wanted to get up and scream, and everybody's just sit down. I'm like, no, we're in a soccer game. They just scored.
Right.
I'm going to go crazy. And everybody was just that's it. And I was all right. Whereas when I went to see Arsenal, they was nonstop for the 90 minutes just going crazy, jumping, and, they had their songs. Real Madrid, they do that, but only behind the goalie,
the supporter
Fondo
section.
Sur.
Yeah.
And could you get behind there? Or is it hard to get behind there? Do you think, or when you?
Well, I think they have assigned seats, and they have the whole season.
So it's not.
I think you can get there, but my most memorable experience was at Olympique de Marseille. That to me, that's the craziest fans I've seen. Yeah. I haven't been to Argentina. I've been to Argentina, but not to a game. But Olympique de Marseille, it's amazing, and especially in that stadium, El Velodrome. So they do it at all the teams, but they have a song where they start on one side, then the other one replies, and they go this and that. And I remember me taking my camera, taking pictures as a photographer, and I was sitting right behind the goalie with all the hooligans of Marseille. And I remember at some point I turned around and taking pictures. I just wanted to take some pictures. And the lady who gave me the pass for that day, she was a friend of the family. The only thing I felt was a shoe on my neck. So the guy started throwing shoes and cans and things. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, you cannot take pictures of them. And I said, why not? Because a lot of these people have convictions and they don't want to be seen in pictures.
Yeah. You can't see me here.
And she told me, before halftime, you have to go. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you have to go before halftime, because at halftime they will come down here and they will kill you. So you have to go. So I got up and I left. And I was like, lesson learned. So never again did I do that.
That was say watching Marseille games. That stadium is one had an issue a couple. I think it's probably texting about it, but their fans are pretty close to that in that stadium. And I forgot what game it was, but man, those fans were fed up and they were throwing so much stuff at the ref. And then the players, one of the players on the opposing team actually celebrated in front of them, and then just and then they abandoned the game. The players are coming up asking them to chill out. Yeah, they had to cancel that. And then they got suspended. Marseille. Yeah, man. It's they're rowdy.
There's some games that get rowdy, some games that get canceled for
throwing batteries.
No, what is this? Pittsburgh, Philadelphia?
Man, it's sad. There's it's so much stuff they're just throwing in the field, man, and they just had to get out of there. But yeah, man, Marseille's was it, and then even Lyon. I mean, just a while ago, their fans were rushing the practice facility. So, I mean, some fans are a little more passionate than the others.
I mean, nobody has topped Barcelona throwing a pig's head.
Pig's head.
Nobody has topped that yet.
No, yeah, that has not happened.
Well, see, the pig's heads even become kind of sort of like a traditional protest form, because then Juve did it, and then I think there was another Italian team that actually sent a pig's head to the managers or the owner's house, So the pig's head's kind of become, ever since that, it's become a traditional thing where we're unhappy with you. Here's a pig's head.
Jesus.
We were just talking EPL, right? So we're coming back. What's coming up this week with Premier League? What do we got this weekend? Oh, we got
Arsenal Newcastle.
Newcastle. So if you want to know about our events, follow us on 3160FIRM, 3160FIRM, or at Barra Brava Brewing Co. on Instagram, and you'll know what matches we'll be viewing. We do have Newcastle Arsenal. That's going to be a nice matchup.
Yeah, there's some Newcastle fans around too. There's some Newcastle fans. They need to come on out.
We were just talking, Man U Brentford. I think It depends on which Manchester United shows up, really.
That's what we were talking about here. We're going on to Man United. We talk about your forward, bro.
What's going on with the new sign and that kid Brian Mbumo?
Mbabo?
Again, that's inconsistency. Like there's certain the last matchup. Let me bring up the stats here on this one. The last matchup is a perfect example of that because he had against Chelsea. He had these spurts of genius where it was like, oh wow, like that's going to help out. That's going to be great, and then absolute just mistakes. There's one where his foot must be made of stone, though, because that ball control, especially on that first touch, is sometimes beautiful and sometimes just horrendous. So there's one where he's getting a very light pass. Like it's maybe maybe 10 feet, 15 feet, and it hits his shoe and just bounces out of bounds. And it's just like, okay, what's up? Like, dude, I could have made that. Come on now. Again, it's that inconsistency with Manchester United right now. It's good enough to win some games and bad enough to lose some games that they should win. Top 10, right? That's all I'm shooting for. And Buemo, am I expecting him to perform immediately? No. Why? Because no one has at Manchester United for the last 5 years, 6 years. No one has shown up and just lit it up. Not one. From Jadon Sancho, Garnacho, who nice.
Yeah, who just didn't. Yeah, he wasn't really doing that great. He was doing something, but not. He was not. He was trying to do too much, in my opinion.
The last person that I think that showed up and was somewhat impressive is what's his name, Bruno, and that was a long time ago.
I mean,
that was a while ago.
Cunha wasn't doing awful. He just got hurt.
Again, it's one of those things. He shows up. That's nice. That's really good. It's going to help out. Gone.
But he got hurt, right? So you're going to start over when he gets back. You're going to start right back over.
Højlund also supposed to be a phenom. Supposed to do the thing for us. Nah, not so impressive.
But it's funny. So when you say that, it's funny because he goes to. So there's a couple players. Onana goes to
I was about to say Onana.
Goes to Trevor.
Onana, this is the guy that's going to make the difference for us. He's going to stop everything. He's going to be the one that helps us, pass the ball from the back, the sweeper keeper. Nah.
But do you think? But so he went to a club in Turkey, and I guess he's doing very well there already. Anthony goes to Real Betis, and he's scoring goals. Højlund goes to Napoli. He's scoring goals.
Yeah.
So like.
He got Nachos now in Chelsea.
He's at Chelsea,
and he's also doing good.
He played. I think he's only played. I think he only played a game and a half because he's just got there. So, but if he starts scoring goals, like, is it Man United juju? Like, is like what like why is it when these other players leave, they seem to be doing okay?
Well, I think most of the issues that's been happening with United has to do everything with management.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Owners and all that, because look at the guy, what's his name? Ten Hag. He was just sacked also in his new venture, in his new team.
That was crazy.
After 3 games.
Yeah.
He was the one who was going to be like the next Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. That didn't happen either.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, they paid him more to fire him.
It doesn't matter who you bring. This guy, he's not a bad coach, Amorim. He's not a bad coach. But if you don't have the support of the people on the top,
it's not gonna work.
Like to bring the players that you want, that you need, it's more need than want.
I mean, they spent $100 million on one person, so they got the money.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's again
throwing money at the problem doesn't solve the problem.
They this year I think the Premierships broke a record on the amount of, I think it was $3 billion.
They spent a lot of money.
$3 billion.
Yeah,
that's like a record.
They had it last year too. It's only gonna get worse. Well, maybe the next year they won't be because of PSR, but yeah, I mean, at least, but you still got to coach these players, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to show up to it has to work all the way together. But I see your point. It's from the top down, and that was the soapbox that I got on. My little rant, my 20-minute rant, 15-minute rant last show, where it's about the front office. It's about the guys at the top. That that mentality that you see in the locker room, that mentality that you see on the field, is because of what's happening up at the top. And up at the top, come on, let's be honest. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're making their money. They're selling the jerseys. They're selling the tickets. It doesn't matter to them. They're making their money. And as long as they're making their money, that's not going to change.
Yeah. Well, they said, like, even with the Arsenal things, like, Berta was like, Arteta wanted Cesco, but Berta wanted Gyökeres. And then it was basically like, they had a discussion and was like, well, no, this player fits your system. This player does not.
Right.
And that's what it eventually came down to.
Yeah, and that's also one of the things when they got Amir on. One of the issues that I had was the stipulations was that he doesn't really have a whole lot of say of the players that he gets, and that was what's his name from Ineos came out and said that, like, you know, the front office is gonna be taking that. So you're turning it more into a business thing and business decisions and what can happen business wise, but not really caring about what's gonna happen on the field. So then he gets players who he might have had some word in and might not have had some word in others, and then he has to work with those players that he had no choice about. And if it doesn't fit his scheme and if it doesn't fit his plan, then what is he supposed to do about that? I got a Druzy312 saying, LFC don't care when we win. I'll take it. LFC supporters, no equal, all at the cop. And also, Manchester United had 5 next Fergies. And that's true. What have we had? What is it? Six managers? 6 managers in about 3.5 years? And that's not including those like the ones that were managers for like a week or two because they had just had to keep the seat warm for the guy that's coming in.
Did you add Ronaldo to that list?
and then there was Ronaldo. Okay.
Yeah,
and
two
that was
managers
one
at
of
the same time.
Yeah, since we're going back on this, Ronaldo to me originally was a mistake. Like, not the first time, the second time. The second time was like, why are you, for what? For what? To sell jerseys. And boy, did they sell jerseys.
No, yeah, they did.
Oh, boy, did they sell jerseys. But it just didn't work out, right? It just didn't work out for the team. This is not going to be fixed, but as long as they finish top 10, hey, then they finish top 10, they make the money, and it continues as such till they sell the team. But at the price that they're asking for, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Only one could wish, right?
Who does LFC have? Now that I got Druzy over here listening to us. Crystal Palace. I think at Crystal Palace.
Again, you guys get to play Crystal Palace 8 times this year. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Crystal Palace is gonna hurt.
Which you gotta give them a shout out, man. I can't believe the Crystal Palace is still doing Crystal Palace things.
Well, Crystal Palace is one of those clubs that they got upsets in them. They will upset a good squad.
Mm-hmm.
They will steal points from a team. So.
Yeah, they beat City, beat Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Right off got their little community shield, beat City for their little FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, man. Like, and even even losing some of their players, hey, look at them, still doing their thing. You love to see it.
You were talking about management, so I was just checking here. Since Ferguson left in 2013, that's 12 years ago, they've had 10 managers.
10 managers. That's 10 managers.
Yo,
10 managers in 12 years. That is ridiculous.
Isn't there
Like one per year.
I was like, yeah, that as well. I thought it was like, was it Chelsea or Tottenham that had the same kind of ratio with coaches and managers over the past like couple years? There's been a lot.
I know Tottenham was shuffling through them, but I don't know if they had all those like interim managers.
Yeah.
And Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea shuffles players more than they shuffle managers.
Right.
So,
Well, Manchester United, out of those 10, 4 has been those.
Interims.
Ryan Giggs was one of them. He was a caretaker player manager.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Carrick.
Which I liked.
Ralph Ragnick. And then the last one was Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That's right.
Last year.
I liked both Carrick
Poor
and
Ruud.
Ragnick. Yeah.
Ruud van Nistelrooy did that. He did decent. And then they brought someone else in, and they were like, Leicester was like, oh, he did good enough, let's pick him up. And poor man got relegated.
Even Mourinho had his hand at Manchester
Oh, yeah,
United.
Mourinho was there.
He
Yeah.
2 years.
He'll tell you. He'll tell you about it. He'll tell you that he won a trophy.
This is true.
And then walked off and left the team just in shatters.
Goat.
It was just,
The GOAT.
I don't think I've ever seen young players be afraid of a manager before when Mourinho left.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you just said Jose because he's at Benfica, because when he got done with Fenerbahce, I remember he said something like, "It's like I cannot." He goes, "If the next team I coach can't be a UEFA team, can't be a team in Europe because of basically like the refs, they're always got something against me." He said, so he was like in the EPL, he was like, so if you're not gonna make Champions League in the EPL, you come and get me or something. It's like so funny.
He's got a head on him.
Man, the conspiracies, bro.
You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC. Now that we've covered a bit of EPL, let's move on to La Liga.
La Liga.
Where we currently have in these standings. Let me pull this up. I should have done this a second ago. We have got Real Madrid at the top with 18 points. Barcelona, Villarreal, and Espanyol following right behind.
Espanyol.
Now, there is a little bit of a gap between first and fourth place. We're looking at basically a 7-point difference there.
From where? What?
From first to fourth. It's about a 7-point difference, 18 to 11 points. So the gap is starting to show up there in La Liga, which it's starting a little bit earlier than usual, but this is kind of the gap that does occur in La Liga. The ones that are definitely surprising is that Atletico Madrid is out in 9th place with 9 points currently, not even in double digits. And what I find disappointing this season is Real Sociedad. They usually perform a lot better. Currently hanging on in the 16th place with 5 points.
Yeah, when people say that, I don't know what they expected after they gave them their best forward left 2 years ago. Their midfield that holds them together is left, and then even that big forward that they had went on loan to like Porto or something. That big dude, like Samu something.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Real
Sociedad is one of those clubs that has the ups and downs because they're the ones that they develop players, they bring in players, they grow them, or they grow them in-house through the academy program, and then they sell them off. So they have that pattern of waving up and down, right? But it's usually not this low this early in the season. I haven't really kept up, so I don't know if they have an injury issue right now. But it's usually not a drop off this big. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll climb back up. But I was just pointing out that it's one of the first times I've seen them this low in a while, actually.
Yeah, it's just I always talk about how basically there's the financial, all the clubs having financial issues in La Liga, and Real Betis could barely get Anthony, right? At one point they were asking donations for people to even help so they could get money, get more players.
Do a crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding,
crowdfunding or something like that. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild. So I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but like that's
Betis is also they're doing all right for what would be considered a smaller club, but it's going to be a tough season for anyone past fifth place, sixth spot.
Where's Villarreal right now?
Villarreal is currently sitting in third.
Oh, there we go, baby.
I think they're going to be all right this season. I think they're going to be strong.
You want to talk about financials? Girona. They're in last place right now.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago, they were head-to-head with Real Madrid the whole season.
Very close, it was very close.
And I remember talking about that a couple of years ago. This is one of those teams that they are like a, how do you call that? They're like under the umbrella of Manchester City. Mm-hmm. They're under that same umbrella of all the teams from the Saudi teams. Mm-hmm. And so they had all that money and players going through to do all the things that Manchester City's been doing for the last, I don't know how long. And look at them now. This 2 seasons ago, they were like top there. And now last year, they didn't do too well. And this year, they're dead last. And they're not going to move from there.
Well, see, but that's the thing, though. And we kind of brought it up in the last show, where FIFA doesn't accept this. You can't have, some tournaments or in some tournaments that they throw, the same owner can't own 2 teams that are in the.
Like
but City gets away with it all the time.
All the time.
And they own a lot of teams. Their umbrella is huge. Yeah. They get away with it all the time. And what's happening with Girona, and you probably hear the protests at Girona, but you're not going to hear it from anyone else, is that they're taking those good players to fill them in other rosters and in other spots or in other contracts that they need to fulfill or finagling their numbers in their books to be able to do the things that they're
Didn't
doing.
City have to basically get their names off Girona for them to be in the Champions League that
Yeah.
one year they're in? I mean, and with them, it was like a gift and a curse. Yeah, you made Champions League, but unfortunately, you made Champions League, and your team's not deep enough to add all these other games to play these teams.
But City group still made that money. They still got that chunk of change for making Champions
Which is
League.
wild.
Yeah, so this is where it's getting crazy, and I feel bad.
Girona just broke. Now they're gonna get relegated, right? Now it's
Right,
like
yeah,
back
I feel
to,
really bad for the fans of this club because what can they do against this? Nothing.
Nothing.
What are you going to do against City? Nothing.
I mean, what are you gonna do about your point? All their players gone. Like, what are they gonna do in their own league?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just.
And say it goes really bad for Girona, right? And then they end up they go back down to the pub league, right?
Yeah, not the non
And then
football.
City just sells the team, and then that group, the fan base needs to build that club back up.
But City's not out of the woods yet under all that investigation that is happening. They're still not out of the woods yet.
Nothing's gonna happen to them.
Dude,
What are we at 130?
What
are we at 130 now?
They did agree. They agreed to. Because we're watching all these other clubs, like even the Evertons and Aston Villas, and even the Chelsea's getting their PSR fines and deductions. You know, Chelsea was a slap on the wrist, but Man City, they're like, they basically agreed to the process that DPL is going to, or whoever's going to do to look at these charges. Like that's all they've been. These charges have been lingering around so long, and they just been one stall after another. It's crazy.
The investigation started. I want to say the investigations started 4 or 5 years ago.
It takes time. Like when that happened in Italy, El Calciopoli, that was some years ago. That
Right.
took a long time, but it did happen. Juventus went down to second division. And Juventus is one of the strongest teams in Italy. So that was kind of like set a precedent. And I think it's going to happen to Manchester City.
You think they're going to get dumped into?
Well, I don't know how much they're going to be relegated or not, but something's going to happen to them because.
The last time that was even whispered, the City group, since they're basically OPEC, said, okay, well then we're going to pull all our funding of your businesses and so forth and blah blah blah. They started playing politics, and then that's why it kind of got quiet. So if OPEC is going to decide to make a big change in England financially, I don't know if the FA is going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to throw you down into the second tier.
Man, I'm hoping,
because now we're talking about something that's not even on the field. It's not even in the clubs. It's oligarchs in fights with oligarchs at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping they do come through and eventually get to it. But like I would hope like by the end of this year, like going into the World Cup, they have their minds made up, because it is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
The other perfect example is when they went into UEFA. When UEFA had the it wasn't a lawsuit, but they had the allegations of I think it was like 90 some odd allegations, 80 some odd allegations. Whoever's out there on Twitch, hit me up with the actual facts. They showed up basically a lawyer per allegation. And granted, at the end, it turned out to be, the statute of limitations had run out, so we're done. The case closed. It's over. But that's the kind of power that they have, where they can fight you forever with lawsuits, with lawyers, with judges, with politicians. And at that point, I mean, look at how strong of a group. They have clubs in South America now, obviously in MLS. Mm-hmm. And we don't even know how many they have in MLS. We think they only have one.
Look at this. It's like maybe one. And then who knows? That way, youth soccer is going on nowadays.
Right. And then who knows what they're doing in Europe? We know where they have several teams. They also moved into Turkey. Now they're buying teams in Turkey. I don't know if they got a team in Russia yet, but they're everywhere now. Asia, yes. Australia, yes.
Oh yeah, been on. Mm-hmm.
So eventually they're going to develop enough power to where what are you really going to be able to punish them with?
It just seems like it's getting redundant because we've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah,
it's just like, man, if it's that bad,
we've been talking about it on this show.
Something, just get it over with. Because if they would have got it over with now, like, hey, Man City could have gone through, been relegated, been promoted back already by now,
Right.
like 3 times over.
Yeah, then that's a perfect example. We've been talking around the show since this show started, which was about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, nothing has moved from allegations.
Right.
Just allegations. That's all they are.
Tell them agreeing, like, oh, yeah, we agree with the process that you guys are going to do to investigate. Like, man, come on. Like, get to the point. Like, get to the point. Wrap it up, B.
Yep.
Wrap it
and
up.
at the end, you have for Girona down in the bottom of the league at La Liga.
Little guy still getting screwed.
Yep. That's the way it goes. But let's look at the rest of the sections here. The ones that I think will show up later on will be Sevilla. They might move up. Rayo
do you think
Vallecano.
so?
Yeah, Rayo Vallecano is also another one who was really, really strong for 3 seasons and then is slowly starting to fall off. I honestly did not expect them to hold up that strength for that long, especially when they came into La Liga. I was like, ooh, that's going to be a tough team. But, they disappointed Real Madrid, I want to say twice, and they took points from Barcelona, I want to say also twice in the time that they've been up, fighting in the top tier. And Getafe, there you go. Another small club putting up a fight every year.
Did you have who's the bottom 3 besides Girona, since you have your computer over there?
I want to say it was Levante. No, Levante's 17th. Oviedo, Mallorca, and Girona.
Okay. All right. That sounds about right. And you said, where's Sevilla right now?
Sevilla?
Yeah. Sevilla.
Sevilla's currently in 12th.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
With Atletico Madrid in 9th.
Okay. Then who's 4 through 6?
Sevilla also got a good signing this year. The Chilean guy that was in Barcelona, Alexis Sanchez. He's playing at Sevilla.
Yeah, the youth. He's gonna turn back time.
That young guy, that really young guy.
He's gonna turn back. Yeah, it's like, man.
Hey, man, age means nothing.
Don't look down on Alexis Sanchez.
Giroud scored today. He's 38.
Look at Modric, what he's doing right now in Milan.
Yeah,
he's gonna carry that team in Italy this year.
Yeah, well,
mark my words.
They played Napoli.
He
this
looks
weekend.
good.
It'll be good.
He looked good out there. I am no lie. He looks good.
Hey, he's
looks
still
good
fresh.
Out there, AC Milan. We'll be talking about AC Milan here in a minute. And honestly, I know it was a big mess when Sanchez Alexi was at Manchester United because there was a weird hate-love situation there with management, with fans, and with Alexi. And then he ended up leaving, and then it got worse.
How long did he even stay at Manchester?
It was actually, I want to say it was like almost 2 seasons, but it felt like it was half a season. That whole situation was just really bad for everyone involved. But he, to his credit, he played his heart out every time he was on the field. So
I forget that. I mean, that was dark days of the Arsenal years right there, man. Remember that? That was all the forwards leaving Arsenal, going to Man U and winning something, and it was or win the league, especially with RVP. I always be salty.
Mm-hmm.
Salty.
So before we move on from La Liga, what are your predictions, Miguel, for La Liga?
In terms of
how we're looking right now, who's gonna finish at the top? This is one of those predictions where we're not gonna hold you to it because it's at the beginning of the season.
Well, I think the top 4 is gonna be still consistent. Real Madrid, Barcelona, they're gonna be up there. Atletico de Madrid is gonna come up there. Athletic Bilbao also is gonna be. Those to me are gonna be like the top 4, and then you're gonna have like the teams that are gonna come around. I think Valencia, it's looking good. They have gotten their act together. We'll see how that goes. Getafe, they're also usually like middle of the table kind of team.
Mm-hmm.
They can be up and down. Espanyol, they always mid-season they start doing their thing. So I think that's going to be Real Sociedad. They're very low right now, but again, we're just 6 games in.
Right. Of these of the clubs that are in the lower areas, so say past 8th, 9th, do you see a dark horse there, one that might come up and really surprise? I mean, Atletico Madrid, I got them in there. But like, let's say from Alaves down.
Valencia. I think Sevilla can go a few steps up there, especially now that that La Liga, they have like 6 spots now to play in Europe.
It's like one thing's like, who's gonna win the league? Real Madrid or Barcelona?
The league
Yeah.
this year, I'm going with Real Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to hear.
That's that. I tend to agree. I'm gonna agree. I'm going with that one too.
Say it with pride.
I agree.
Well, it's also superstition. Like when Ancelotti left the first time, Zidane came and they won.
Okay.
Ancelotti just left. Xavi Alonso just got in, so they're gonna win. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with sorcery.
There you go. I like sorcery. Sorcery's good.
Yep. I ain't mad at it.
Brujeria.
Yeah, exactly. Was there any other topic that you wanted to cover for La Liga before we move on to Serie A?
La Liga. Oh, I want to see if Barcelona's stadium is going to be ready in time. And that's been the joke of the last few months, and if the stadium is going to be ready. Their new stadium that they're trying to rival Bernabeu.
I don't know. It's going to be tough to rival Bernabeu. Oh, speaking of which,
I mean, that's
speaking of which, go ahead.
do we even know how they afforded that stadium?
Huh?
Barcelona and their financial
What do you mean how they
problems.
afford?
Well, they have taken all kinds of loans. They started selling things that were not
Yeah.
even ready, like their VIP seats, and selling packages that they were not there.
And they sold like half the name to it.
You
Just
gotta
they
sell
selling
the
letters.
hype. You got to sell the hype, man.
They're selling the B in the stadiums.
Well, they sold the name of the stadium. It's going to be called Spotify.
Yeah.
That's why they have all the
Oh, did Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was all finalized. I know they had.
yeah.
I know they had the sponsorship. I don't know if that was just going to be something that was going to continue to the stadium. Okay.
They got paid a lot of money, so yeah, that's going to be tight for that for a long time now.
and still having to try to juggle things to get register their players before certain tournaments start.
Well, and they still have the thing with the referee scandal.
Oh, right. Oh, you mean the advice?
The
The
advice.
checks,
The
keeping
the
checks,
Oh,
copies
no,
of
it
checks
was-
that
yeah,
were not bribes. They were not bribes.
that was crazy. That is still crazy.
It's pretty wild though. Like it's one of my favorite stories in football because it's a bribery scandal that was not a bribery scandal, right? Because vocabulary, but they kept copies of the checks. Like they literally kept the receipts
Yeah.
that would prove.
if you're the only team giving the money to these refs, how come not all the clubs are giving money to these refs? How's it strictly y'all are giving money to
it's
these
pretty
refs?
wild. And then the whole conversation about, well, no, look, they paid us for what consultation on how refs view the game and how they see the game. Is like,
Trash,
come on, man.
Man,
I got Deruzzi over here saying Sanchez's career is wild, and he, obviously a Barca fan. Barca all the way, he says. So yeah, no, the whole situation with Barcelona. At the same time, you're looking at a club that's not going to go anywhere, right? That it's a historic club. No one's going to let them go under, even if it becomes one of those things where the billionaires have to come in, and so there's going to be a billionaire out there that is a Barcelona fan that will give a big chunk of change to make sure that club never goes anywhere. It's just a historical club.
well, we just gotta keep getting these celebrities to buy these clubs. Maybe Girona will get bought by somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe like Denzel or somebody need to buy a club.
Kanye.
Kanye's
gonna buy
Kanye's
Girona.
gonna buy-
Ooh, ain't no everyone.
Now
here-
that you said it, it's going to happen. Watch.
Oh my goodness! I
Speaking of
don't want to
brujeria.
see their uniforms, all their cleats that they have to wear.
They all look like the Guggenheim Museum.
Shoes would be like this big. He'd be wild.
That's going to be fun. All right, so let's move on to Serie A. With Serie A, the way we are looking at right now with the standings, Napoli, once again, right up at the top. Juve following in second. AC Milan in third. Roma.
The resurgence, bro.
Roma, again, another ex-Mourinho team. Roma in fourth. Atalanta in 5th, which is absolutely that's what baffles me. Atalanta's currently in 5th in Serie A and just got spanked by PSG. Like,
Yeah, then they
it
get rid of
wasn't-
some players too, and then I don't think Lookman played that game either.
I don't know who was in. I didn't watch that, but it was just wow. When I saw that score, I was like, "Oh man, that wasn't even a matchup." And I don't know. I don't know. Again, we're running into that conversation. Is it one of those things where PSG's just always fully rested?
Well,
Or I mean, it's the beginning of the season, right? But they didn't even have like really an end to their season because they just got done with the Club World Cup.
Atalanta is also on the. It was it at Atalanta or was it at Park France? Was it? But Atalanta's on the.
I want to say it was at PSG.
They're trending downward, my friend. Unfortunately, just because I think they're players, and then I think Lookman still hasn't came back because Lookman was trying to leave actually as well. So it's not the same Atalanta as we're used to. Still good, but like yeah. But I mean, when you go to PSG, they already won the league, so it's always gonna be tough when you play them. I mean, even though Marseille did beat them, and it was funny because Dembele was too busy getting his Ballon d'Or, and they lost. So,
Yeah, that's one of the things that I will say this season for the French league, Ligue 1, is I don't think it's going to be as easy for PSG this season because Marseille does look better, and Lyon is reinvesting. Lyon for some reason always finds money somewhere, and they're. I'm not going to say that Lyon's going to.
right.
Make another push this season, but next season it's definitely going to be tough. So we'll see what happens with them. We don't really talk about the French league a whole lot here because, well,
Yeah, right.
there's a whole lot to talk about.
It's like us talking about the German league, unless I was at Bayern Leverkusen. What's the point?
Atalanta in 5th, and Cremonese is holding up that 6th slot, which is the last European slot for the Italian league.
Where's Como at right now?
That's what I was about to say. What's surprising me right now in Serie A is the teams that are not doing so well. Inter, not so well. Bologna, not so well. Lazio, 13th. These are teams that are usually at the beginning of the season pretty much fighting for the top 6. Fiorentina, the last time I saw them this low at the beginning of the season has been a while. Udinese also not fighting in the top 6, which they usually are. So it's kind of a weird start for Serie A. Milan had a horrible first game. AC Milan.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. And then slowly started recovering. I don't know what's going on with Pulisic because he's on, he's off, he's on, he's off.
He's what I've been seeing. He's coming around. Do I think he's the best player on the team? No.
Modric is.
But he's very good, and it all depends on how Rafael Leao feels like playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all depends on what he's doing, because if he shows up, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
Pulisic, yeah, man, he's a good player, right? But I don't think he's like the main person on Milan. I think Milan's done a good job of getting their team back to where they need to be. But yeah, man, it's good. I don't think Christian needs to be that guy. I think it's good that he can come off and be the second best player on the team and still do damage.
Like that power sub position actually works really well for him. He is leading the league right now in goals, so
fantastic.
That's kind of a plus for him. But I do see him playing that role a lot more, where he just comes on at a 20-minute, 25-minute power sub, because it seems like every time he gets on that field, he scores a goal. And I will say that his play with Modric does look good.
I actually think
they do connect really nicely.
It may just him not playing for USA and all that USA stuff actually kind of he benefits for not. He didn't been the drama that he went through. Mm-hmm. He's like the drama that he went through this summer. It was like it was good for him to just like let his hair down because he didn't go play, and now he's like maybe he seems to be enjoying himself more because he did have that summer off, or maybe he does have a little chip on his shoulder, So like, and maybe it's a breath of fresh air that he has someone like Modric, and he's playing and he's like, I don't know, man. He's more things to focus on there than the stuff that's going on outside of the banter of the American outlaws and coaches and old coaches and players and all that jazz.
What American outlaws have to do with it? Like
the USA fans.
Yeah, but are they pressuring for something? I haven't heard anything about them pressuring America.
I mean, the whole why didn't they play for the Gold Cup? That was pretty much all summer. That's all you heard about the whole summer is why didn't they play and blah blah blah. That was the summer for U.S. players that didn't play. Right. So, yeah, man, and he came out. He came out, talked about it. He's a show on Paramount Plus. His little bio, whatever his show that also he talks about it there too, because his dad got into it, said something to Donovan.
Well, I read the reports about his dad getting into it. With
that was all summer. Yeah, that was all this summer, man. And now, like, it's now that there's actual football, important football being played, you don't hear about it anymore. He's doing his job.
Yeah, because he got 3 goals with like 3 games.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to hear about like things that just aren't important in my opinion, like the Gold Cup. Like, yeah,
and it's one of those things where we have to really look at ourselves and be like, what are we raving about here? Like,
yeah.
It's the Gold Cup. It's not.
Yeah, man, he doesn't have to play. They don't have to worry about Europe, man. They just have the Serie A to worry about this year, which is probably a blessing for Milan. Like, with just them being able to focus on that, there's no reason they shouldn't be back in Champions League next year. Yeah. Especially how the other teams are, like you said. I mean, Lazio's and the other teams are kind of not doing great. I mean, and Inter Milan's just old in my opinion. But that top 4 that you just said may be the top 4 for Serie A. Because in Napoli,
with Juve back in it, because I mean Juve fell off a little bit there, but it looks like they're catching their
and Napoli did
their spirits.
And
back.
Napoli was just saving everyone from the EPL, right?
Yeah,
and now they're doing great. Like, one of my favorite teams to watch is Napoli.
Drewsy telling us that Inter will get back, and Milan got Leao.
Tell Drew I will Drew, I put money that Inter Milan will not make Champions League in Serie A. I guarantee you they'll finish outside the top 4. I got bones to put on that.
You got a team in Serie A, Miguel? Or not really?
I mean, I've always been a fan of both teams from Milan, Inter and AC Milan. Inter Milan, especially because of Ronaldo back in the day, and Milan just because it's been a historic team. I used to love their defenders back in the day, Baresi, Maldini, Nesta. That was
all the goats.
Yeah,
all the great players.
So yeah, it's but I don't have any. Whoever wins has a good season. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
This year I will be rooting more for Milan because of Modric.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to support him no matter what. So
in his twilight years, as the sun's setting on his
career.
Say
what you want, but the guy is performing game after game after game. So age. And if you want to continue talking about age, just let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo again.
Yeah,
He's over 40 now, still killing it. That dude is gonna be, after he's done, whenever he decides that he's done.
Well, he's got that. He set that goal for himself.
There's gonna be no way to say he's the greatest that ever played the game.
Excellent.
I will say he's not the greatest that ever played the game. I'll say that until I pass away. He's good, but
Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo's never going to be my greatest player.
He's in my top 5.
Why not?
He's never going to be my greatest player.
Because Ronaldinho exists.
Because Ronaldo exists, right? There's so many other.
Okay, but what are we talking about here? Are we talking about show?
No,
who gives the best show, or we want to talk about a career?
Show and skill set. If we want to talk stats, then okay. Well, then it's a clear.
Not stats, a career.
But Modric has also spent probably half Ronaldo's probably spent 5 times as much money on his body than Modric has. So Modric is.
Okay, you use the word spend.
Modric is a whole.
You use the word spend. I'm gonna say he invested.
Yes, like LeBron James.
So it's an investment.
Yeah, I mean, he went to Saudi Arabia to take it off the next couple of years.
$1 million hyperbaric room.
Yeah, I mean, you pay to keep your body there, but yeah, I was like, me, Cristiano's, he's a great player, not gonna be my greatest, never gonna be my GOAT.
Right. We'll be talking here in a bit about the greatest and the Ballon d'Or, of course, because we want to talk about that trophy when we come back. But let's before we go to the break, let's talk real quickly about Serie A. Do we think? I'm going for AC Milan taking, as of right now. This is nothing we're going to hold anyone to.
We have to.
AC Milan taking,
Yes,
we
support AC Milan.
All right, AC Milan.
AC Milan.
AC Milan. Wow, I think this is the first time the whole table's agreed with the same team. It's just because we don't have Sebastian.
Who's Sebastian? Sebastian would say Napoli.
Honestly,
Because that's we were talking.
I don't know. He's so big right now in the Champions League and into EPL for Liverpool that I don't know if he's watching Serie A this season.
Well, when we were talking about it, we're just the whole McTominay, Kevin De Bruyne. We're like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of mess with him, but more or less Villarreal is the kind of team that we adopted.
Well, the Villarreal is he's following Villarreal for sure.
That is the team that we actually.
Yeah, he's been a yellow sub since he was 5 years old. Yeah, he's been a yellow sub. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM. You're listening to Lumpen Radio, and we will be right back after this break.
You got a special guest?
This is Sadie Woods, and I'm bringing you Gridlock Sound Lab, Rush Hour Radio featuring house, Afro-Latin rhythms, world beat, disco, funk, soul, electro, and indie dance music. Gridlock Sound Lab, first and third Fridays at 4, only on 105.5 FM, Lumpen Radio.
Weird Lady Music is now on Lumpen Radio every first and third and sometimes fifth Friday of the month at 7 p.m. My name is Baltazar, and I will be your host playing weird music made by ladies and music made by weird ladies across genres, geographies, and generations. Join me, citizens.
Lumpen Radio is supported by the Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago. The MCA champions the new and unexpected in contemporary art and culture through its exhibitions, performances, programs, and collection. Located in the heart of downtown Chicago, the MCA boasts the award-winning MCA store, the Marisol Restaurant and Bar, a 300-seat theater, and a terraced sculpture garden with a great view of Lake Michigan. Every Tuesday, the MCA is open until 9 p.m. and is free for Illinois residents. The MCA also offers free admission for anyone 18 and under all year long. For more information, visit mcachicago.org.
Have you ever felt there was more to this world than you could understand? Join me, DJ Heaven, for Spirit Worlds. Every first and third Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Lumpen Radio. Spirit World is a showcase of sounds designed to transport you to another world. Spiritual world that we cannot see but feel.
Welcome back. You're listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You're listening to Lumpen FC, and we have another special guest in here with us tonight. We have Ed. Ed, what is your favorite soccer team, Ed?
I got to tell you, my favorite soccer team were the Hinsdale high school dudes. The Hinsdale, what are they called? Hinsdale Rockers. The Hinsdale. They were definitely the team that we hated the most.
Yeah?
From Downers Grove South.
I was like, from high school.
Yeah, high school.
Okay.
You guys do high school soccer still, don't you? Don't you do the high school soccer report? I remember.
We don't cover.
We
don't cover the high
we
school
talked
soccer
about
report.
I thought we talked about high school soccer once, and it was part of your report.
Oh no.
I think that was when we were back in the back room.
My favorite team though would be Ajax.
Oh, Ajax.
Ajax. Yeah.
And what made you fall in love with Ajax?
Well, I was celebrating their victory in the south of France in, I believe, it was Aix-en-Provence, or was it Avignon? I was in Avignon. They won. They won the game. Everybody lost their minds. The whole town went nuts. People are jumping into the fountains. I jumped to the fountain. The French cops arrested me. My passport got waterlogged.
Oh no!
The photograph fell off of it, and I'll never forget that. Ajax, right? Yeah, Ajax.
Well,
and it was like, or maybe it was Marseille. I think it was Marseille. Anyways,
Totally
it was the best.
Different teams.
No, but I mean where the game took place, where the chaos happened.
So was this when they won champions?
Yeah, this is a long time ago. They became champs. The whole world blew up.
Oh my goodness!
Like
90?
A while ago, yeah.
Wow.
90, 91.
Oh, you were there, man. That's crazy.
That's how, you know what?
That's a good story, right
That's
there.
like fantastic.
I know when I see you guys, you look at me like, man, I don't know nothing about soccer, but you know what? I don't know anything about soccer
But you were
or
there.
football, but I live it, man.
That's that's
Okay, I
you're
live-
right. That's right
and
there.
And I've been to many.
That's a big event.
And
That's
I've
a
been
big
to
one.
many Dutch games where train cars of one team is on one train, and the other train's full. The other team. I've actually gotten into fights on the streets of Amsterdam with footballers from Utrecht.
Let's go.
Merely because these dudes, they come into town and everyone. If you don't,
hilarious. That's
if you're
great.
from
That's
Utrecht, you hate them. If you're an Amsterdammer, you're an Amsterdammer in Utrecht. You get so everyone gets trolled and attacked by the other cities. These cities are 25 minutes away from each other.
Oh, yeah, that's the
and
culture.
they hate each other because of the football. So if you rock colors, you automatically
original.
you
Yeah, it's the original.
automatically have to make fun of people who are not from your town.
Right.
And then fights inevitably ensue. And I got in my own hooligan soccer fight.
This is great.
I got
fantastic.
I got like a Guatemalan like rucksack, gray rucksack. You know the ones with the strings that you can put as a backpack, but it's also like a sack.
Yeah.
I had some books in there, and I had some food, and I had a bottle of beer. I wound up just wailing people with my rucksack of junk and stuff. My friend Jeroen got a black eye. But that's
great.
I was part of the hooliganism of football as a very young man, and I'll never forget it. And I didn't really know what was going on. They just brought me people. My friends would just bring me to things. I had no clue what the heck was going on. I have no idea, except for that one amazing Ajax game where they won, and it was mind blowing. Lost my passport, ruined my passport.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's.
but yeah, so I have a history of the sport, and I bring up the high school sport because that has the most impact, most memory for me.
That's an
The
amazing
rivalry
story.
between Downers Grove and Hinsdale reminded me of the Utrecht
the-
Amsterdam
man.
rivalry.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Right?
He probably was one of the greatest moments in history. That's
No
pretty,
kidding. You know that game?
That's pretty crazy. And
Yeah,
you were there, and you.
Ajax has only won a couple of those.
No,
that's
because
it.
they're continually sad town, aren't they?
Oh, man, that's.
I've been
it's-
to the town, but
well,
they're-
to what it is, that's funny because Ed travels like a lot more than most of us too. So like he has actually hooked me up with a few soccer gyms, like little Porto scars when he's been on travel. So
Yeah, and I
you know
remember-
he knows. So he knows what's going on.
yeah.
A little bit.
He knows what's going on.
I kind of don't know anything, but I know what's going on.
He's got.
just-
I lived a life.
I'm just
Yeah,
imagining,
you got your battle scars.
I'm
you got
dreaming.
you got your battle wounds, man.
I'm sitting here just imagining Ed throwing plastic chairs through windows.
Oh, I see him just wailing his bag. Just he was getting
Just
somewhere,
swinging a
somewhere
bag.
out there.
That's great.
Someone got nailed by
Yeah.
Ed's backpack with his books and maybe a little bit of food.
Those
Possibly a little bit of food.
that like a ham sandwich.
Yeah, someone was enjoying themselves. And the soccer moment, heat was just bop. You know, and just
Yeah. Those are the last days of my battle worthiness, though. I think after that, I would get my butt kicked really hard by almost everybody at all times. At any kind of moments like that, and I just stopped being a fighter and became more of a lover.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So when you're out there and you're out there like at the game, we're all running on the pitch and stuff. Go battle the other team, like beat them down. No, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be in the back, holding the margarita or a beer in my hand, right? Maybe picking up some swag off the ground, collecting swag that people are dropping.
Let people know they shouldn't do that.
You know?
You get hurt. It's family man now. That's what it is. Growth.
So guys, what's happening now? That I heard you guys talking about Milan, right? And there was a lot of like agreement that Milan's going to be winning this weekend.
Right.
Can you just give me your 2-minute update on the hot teams in football right now?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So currently in Serie A, we were just predicting that Milan would probably take the season, the entire league, because of the way they're looking right now. We didn't talk about Napoli at all, though. EPL, I'll leave it up to the Arsenal and Liverpool fans about EPL because that's basically where the fight's going to be.
Well, so seasons are still early in all the leagues, but if you go to EPL, the best two teams with chances: Liverpool, Arsenal. If you go to the German league, there's only one team. It's Bayern Munich.
Yeah, that's the only one that's going down.
If you go to the French league, there's only one team. It's PSG.
So if I were to purchase FIFA 2025 right now from Steam,
it's EA Sports.
You play.
EA Sports. They bought it.
Yeah, they dropped like two years ago.
They got rid of the FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA's. Yep, they went their own
Why?
separate ways.
They want to pay the
money.
Royalties. Yeah.
It's in the game.
Yep.
So let me ask,
nice.
So what team am I going to play?
Real Madrid, like everybody does.
You want to be Real Madrid?
I pick Real Madrid
You
as
wanna
my
be Real
team.
Madrid.
Everybody
All right, thank
picks
you.
Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What was it? They just had one of the tournaments, and I think the last 6 players all had Real Madrid as their team with different lineups and so forth. But
You're
they
talking
all
about
had Real Madrid.
esports.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whoa, you could draft teammates into making your own super team?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The ultimate team, like ultimate team, and all that jazz. Yeah, you get paid to do that now too.
Yeah. You can make money.
You can make money.
I want to suggest to you guys for the FC Lumpen show to organize an EA Games soccer championship here on the big screen
Yeah, we can do that.
and do prizes.
We could
Absolutely.
do that, BPF. That'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Actually, we can organize
That would get extremely heated too. It'd be funny.
Maybe
It's so
we
funny.
also just project videos of hooligans beating the crap out of each other everywhere. Make it seem real.
Green
What do
Street
you think?
hooligans on the
We
background.
just get TVs playing of like a bunch of hooliganism.
We can definitely get a crowd in here for that, though. That'd be
fun. That'd be fun. It's definitely doable. People love some EA Sports, and man, they will get into it. They will get into it.
You know, I just thought about it because I know there's another game, a 5-on-5 co-op game that people play online. It starts with an R maybe or an S.
Oh my goodness! Are you talking about it's a soccer game?
Yes.
It's it's wild.
Street?
It's like everyone is their own. Everyone's like their own player, and it's
You
new.
need 5 people.
And it's
on a
5
team.
on 5. Yeah.
I was invited to play that.
Well, I know there's that street, whatever it is, that Messi was in and so forth. But I don't know if any other ones.
it's new. It's like there's no superstar in it. It's almost like a 5 on 5, but like think of like almost like a
Is
I don't
it
know
rematch?
Fortnite.
Is it called rematch?
It may be rematch.
Anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
This is online?
Yes, you just play one person out of a team of 5. Just 5 people on each team playing this game. It's almost like that weird game where the cars are pushing the soccer ball into the goalie.
Okay, yeah.
But it's now just a bunch of soccer players.
rematch. Yeah, it's rematch.
So
Rematch.
So, and I mentioned that I was adjacent to Lumpen FC at a pop-up recently. That I know about soccer. A lot of my coworkers have a soccer show. I know all about soccer. And they're like, "Oh, really? Why don't you join our game? Want to join us a rematch? We need you for rematch." I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I'm gonna get on.
Do it.
I'm gonna be a player.
Let us be their sponsor.
I got
Let us be their sponsor.
Anyways, I just was thinking about it because it's hard for a bunch of people to go to the same game. It's hard for us to go to Madrid or to go to Evian or to go to wherever. But imagine bringing those teams here home to you virtually
Right,
with a lot of hooliganism videos, right?
That'd be a good time, or even just classic classic games in the background that are just wild. That'd be great.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys letting me bum rush your show.
No, thanks for joining us.
And I'm really glad I could prove my bona fides to all the hard players here.
That's pretty historical.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty historical.
You
I
did-
know. I see my man here, and he's looking at me like, man, I did not know Ed was a hooligan.
That is a hooligan. Certified.
I'm a
Yeah.
little, I'm a little
Bonafide
baffled.
hooligan.
I'm a little
I
baffled.
know. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
But I'm actually never surprised. This guy.
We'll be sponsored by Mars Sport here soon.
Right? Mars Sports.
Mars Sports definitely going to be a sponsor
Yes,
of
sir.
this
It's
show
in
and
the game.
every game.
You already know.
We'll have to talk to you about what's going on with BPF.
Yeah. Right.
What?
BPF, the Bridgeport Pilsen firm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'll talk to you. We'll get it going. Druzy says hi, Ed.
What's up, baby?
He says hi. He's on Twitch.
He said hello.
So there you know. That's something new that we didn't know. We didn't know about Edmar.
Yeah, we didn't know that. I am actually pretty blown away, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And if you guys know Ed, actually, to think of him swinging a backpack with books and fruit and hitting someone in the face is actually
That's pretty.
quite hysterical. Because also Ed's a tall guy.
Yeah.
He's not like a short dude. He's a tall dude. So someone got mollywopped. Someone in France or Holland got mollywopped by a little backpack, and that's actually pretty funny. by someone that knew nothing about what was going on.
And for anybody listening out there, these are just stories. Do not write down your notes.
right.
Of what happened 25 years ago. Back to it. Before we get going, one of the last topics that I did want to talk about before Ed came in was the Volandor, or the trophy given to an individual athlete or an individual soccer player, because I don't think it's given to any athletes, who is supposed to be or has been held as the best player for a term of a year, because it's not really within season to season, right? It's for a year. Who was it that just got it? Dembele, who just received the award, to boos and yays around the world.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. Cause
the people who believe that Lamine Yamal is the one that should have gotten it, they're pretty loud. I didn't really have anyone in the race for this one, but it's kind of crazy because to me, it's to me personally, it's just a trophy that's kind of lost its feel, kind of lost its meaning over the years. Especially when you had that run where it was just Ronaldo and Messi, and it felt like it was just mostly a journalist endeavor than anything else, where the journalists were making themselves known as to the way they voted and why it became a journalist thing. So to me, it's meh. But I'll let you guys see how you feel about Dembele taking this trophy.
Oh, it's very well deserved. I think that it would have been a travesty if they gave that trophy to Yamal this year, because he has done nothing. Yamal has done nothing. They didn't win anything last year, anything.
Well, I mean, they won Copa del Rey, they won the league, they won.
Yeah, nothing in the big stage. So, yeah, that would have been a travesty giving that prize to that award to Yamal. That would have been like giving Macaulay Culkin the Oscar when he did Home Alone.
Ouch.
So
that's a little rough.
It was very well deserved that Dembele got it this year, because they won the league in France, Champions League, and the guy scored the goals. He was like there in all the games. And especially, and I think this is just my personal thing, it was especially like a slap in the face to Barcelona, the way they treated him when he was at Barcelona. So this is kind of like
Dembele?
Yeah. So this is kind of like, hey, I left your team. Here's like, and you out.
So there's a couple of players though historically who I feel should have won him. Mo Salah, as Drewzy's pointing out here, Mo Salah is one of those where he was kind of left out hanging to dry because he was caught in between that Ronaldo Messi thing, but also he was the best player of that season, 2025. Who finished in 4th place in 2025. And that's also the season where they gave it to, I think they gave it to Rodrigo, right?
Rodri.
Who didn't play.
Manchester City.
Well,
that year was going to be between
Vinicius
and Rodri won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vinicius that season for sure not. Rodri possibly. But then again, you're looking at Rodri being injured for, what was it, the last 6 months of that timeline.
I didn't mind that because he was definitely because he definitely was the best player for like Spain, and it showed how good he was for City. Like he's definitely not the same player anymore since he got hurt. But Rodri, I thought, deserved that because that dude was the heart and soul of two teams that were just winning everything at a time.
Yeah, but now and then, if you're gonna say that, then we have to clarify then what are the requirements to win that then.
No, I think he won it when they won. He got it. Didn't they win City when Spain won?
No,
City?
last year he didn't win anything. Manchester City did nothing.
Well, I said Rodri when he won it. Not last year. I'm saying when Rodri got the Ballon d'Or, when he won
That was last year.
That was 2025, yeah.
That was last year. And he was going against Vinicius, who had won everything. So that makes no sense. But again, that award has lost credibility since, I don't know,
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Yeah, and then as we were talking about,
Wait, well, actually, I would think back because did Spain win that national tournament that summer? Because Vinny didn't win anything with his team. Did that go? Does UEFA take into factor that or no?
So that
What
was
do you mean?
because it was
Like
because
their
it was
national teams, like Rodri for Spain. You know, it's like
well,
But that's the only thing
Vinny
he won.
didn't win with
Vini
Brazil.
won La Liga and Champions League
but
last
he didn't.
year.
But he's like, yeah, but he didn't win anything with his national team. But which Brazil is just not good right now.
Yeah, but this is again. Then we have to talk about what are the requirements. What are we putting in there? Because
Well, but that's-
Lewandowski also got robbed.
Well, that was
So
horrible.
that was blatant.
Them just
robbed.
saying we're not going to give someone a trophy.
If we're gonna go some years back, Ribéry when he was at Bayern also robbed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that award has lost credibility a long time ago.
Yeah.
It just became like a thing, and I'm not trying to take away from Ronaldo or Messi, even though Messi, there's like at least 3 that I would take away from him that he didn't won. So
Yeah, so that's kind of sort of the conversation that we're having before about, what are we talking about? Stats. So we have to set it up to where it's a statistical analysis where you have to score X amount of points over your opponent, whoever might be on the list, and then that way you get the trophy. Or is it more like what it is now, where the journalist who feels that, oh, this player is what I really like in the game, or the way he plays is what I really enjoy to watch, or it's more of a feel thing. And I think that's kind of where we're having issues right now, because if you're going to be giving these awards, who end up giving players bigger contracts, more money, more sponsorship money, more deals, then how are we gonna say, well, this is how you're supposed to get awarded this trophy?
So I'm curious. I'm like thinking, if Liverpool would have won Champions League this past year, Salah probably would have got it.
If they would have won it the previous year, then he would have gotten it. Because it's always like a year behind. So it's not from this year. It's
so
from
Dembele didn't get it for winning Champions League this year. He got it for the year before that.
Yeah. So I don't know how
that makes no sense then.
I'd have to look at the dates. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. Like if Dembele got it.
So Drewzy's saying Salah. All right, Drewzy. When did Salah win it? Did he win it in 2012? I thought he finished 4th. Drewzy's gonna hit me up here. And it's also one of those things that was like, okay. It needs to be. It's one of those things. If it's about the beauty of the game, Ronaldinho. If it's statistics, Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's why I thought it made sense for Dembele. I thought it made sense for Dembele to win it just because of the year he had at PSG. If it was for the year before, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
and I would
have
probably
to
give
look at
it.
the dates,
That's wild.
I didn't put that whole thing together.
Because now I'm all confused. How are we going
to define?
What are we getting these awards for?
How are we going to define this trophy? So, for example, like we were talking about, the Pachichi, it's a specific award. The Golden Boot. Well, that's because you scored your goals. The Golden Glove. You made this many saves over every other goalie.
Right.
It's defined. It's a defined. Whereas the Ballon d'Or isn't really defined.
It's not defined, because that makes no sense. Now I'm not really sure what are they.
Well, again, it had a definition 20-some years ago when it was part of France Football, the magazine. So it was just all like critics, and I think there were some like managers who will vote. But then it just became something commercial. Yeah. And then FIFA got in, so now they split the award. So now you have Ballon d'Or is one, and the FIFA best player, whatever, is different. So it just became a business. It became a business, marketing, everybody pulling for their own interest, and that's that.
Yeah, to be fair, that sounds, I mean, when the beginning, if it was just a couple people voting on people that was in a magazine, I don't see how you expand that to try to make that something bigger if you don't know why you're really voting for something.
Well, that's also the kind of thing. It's one of the things. It's one of the things that, especially watching this sport grow the way it has, once you start throwing this much money into something, it starts getting watered down. It starts losing. It's kind of like, okay, we're playing another tournament. Okay, cool. Yeah. What this is the 5th tournament this year that we're in?
Is there like a best? Is there like a best defender? Or best beside the Golden Glove? Is there a best defender? Is there a best midfielder? And then you have. I don't know
about individual positions.
Okay.
But, definitely defender. Goalie. There is the defender position. There is your scorer. And then there's also, which one's the one that is the beautiful goal, like the most beautiful goal, which is one of those, which is feeling. That is an opinion. Like this, you know, every now and then there is one of those players that just does a goal that is ridiculously insane, and then obviously, you know, most of the people are like, yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a trophy that's on feeling, but you don't really, I can't even tell you the name right now because you're not going to put a whole lot of weight on it.
I'm like, what is?
You're not going to put a whole lot of weight on it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, I mean, I think we just answered the question. No one knows what a Ballon d'Or really is.
All right, so the only player to get a trophy in between, you know, Messi and Ronaldo was Modric.
And Benzema.
And Benzema, that's right.
Yeah, Benzema did get it.
And also Benzema, there was the second one that I thought Benzema was going to get. I thought he was going to go back to back, and then because he fell into the controversy there, for things that he did, they're like, no, we're not going to give it to him. It's like, okay, but none of that has been proven. None of that has been, you know, gone to court. At the time of the trophy being handed out, and they're like, no, because of the controversy, we're not going to give it to you. And then they just kind of gave it to somebody else. But he was obviously the best player that season.
True. I mean, geez, I can't believe it. Benzema was actually, I know about the thing, but he was actually probably one of my favorite players for the Galacticos.
Oh, he was great.
He was so smooth.
Yeah. I love Benzema on
so
that
smooth.
Team. You've been listening to WLPN LP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. You've been listening to Lumpen FC. Barra Brava Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Lumpen FC. You can catch Barra Brava products at Mars Brewing in Bridgeport, Life on Mars in Logan Square, and at The Barrel in Pilsen. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can reach out to us at Barra Brava Brewing Co. on Instagram or at 3160FIRM, that's 3160FIRM on Instagram, or you can hit us up on lumpenfcradio@gmail.com. Just send an email out there to us, and we will try to get back to you. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you so much for joining us. It's
Thank
been
you for the invitation again.
Next time we will be trying to hopefully cover. Before I say it, we do have an event coming up October 18th at Mars. Again, follow us on Instagram to get more details on that. It will be a shirt printing event. Please hit us up on the Instagram. I'll be trying to post as much about that as possible on both 3160 Firm and Barra Brava Brewing Co.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more on October 9th is our next show.
Yep. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Y'all be careful out there. Have a good night.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you, Miguel.
Good night. Thank you.